Welcome back to Digi Bros, everybody.
What's up?
We were about to talk about the idea
We're on a fucking pirate ship.
of the Digi Bros Patreon. The reason I haven't done it is because I've heard that there's issues with trying to make like 2 Patreons where sometimes it won't let you have you have to have you can't have more than one per bank account basically.
Yeah.
And I only have my one bank account, you know. I mean, we could set up one for Digi Bros and then we'd be able to share the money, but do I really want to set up a whole bank account for what'll probably be an incredibly small amount of money that we'd be making through it? But I thought about it just as a way to like promote the show because like I mean, it's not so much that I think these videos are like super worth money or something, but like this does take effort to do. You know, I do have to edit these and put them out, and like some of our fans who have been saying like, "Oh man, I would totally throw money at like a fucking
but then I
Digi's
feel like
crib video or whatever."
that makes me feel like a mega church, man.
What do you mean?
If we got paid for doing Digi Bros, like we're getting paid.
I don't understand.
Mega church comparison is hilarious to me because I just feel like we'd be fucking swindling people out of their money to do this simple shit.
How is it swindling people to literally just say, if you like this, you may pay for it? I mean,
that's what the mega churches do, man.
The mega churches say that you're gonna get into heaven by giving them money. The mega churches promise salvation of your immortal soul for money.
Yeah, and we're gonna give them.
We're saying, hey,
we're gonna give them Digi's crib.
We spend a lot of time.
Is that not salvation?
We spend a lot of time making this bullshit channel. If you like it, maybe put some money in so we feel less guilty about spending so much fucking time on it.
Link is not happy about this turn of events, man.
Because we do, like, there are, like, hundreds of hours of Digi Bros now. Yeah. Like, there's probably a good 200 hours of Digi Bros.
Quite a bit.
That's, like, 2 weeks of time, probably. Like, we've probably spent
a whole bunch of our
over
lives.
2 weeks of our lives. This year, we've probably spent over 2 weeks of our lives just playing Digi Bros and commentating over it.
Yeah.
And, you know, and then I go and edit all those, you know, which for the first, like, half of the show, I was actually watching the episodes when I edited them.
Yeah.
Do not do that oh, fuck. I forgot to put in a picture of your tattoo on that Fantasy Star Online one.
Man.
We could put it in the description, I guess.
Hey, yeah, put it in the description.
Yeah, you'll have to send me a picture.
It's on my Instagram.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, yeah, like, I thought about doing it just because I was like, surely some people would be, like, able to pay for it. But I do often, I feel guilty about, like, my Patreon in general, only because of the fact that there's people who support me on Patreon who I feel like don't have as much money as me.
Yeah.
You know, and it's that feels weird. And I mean, I know they're paying for it because they like it, and maybe it means enough to them
shit
that
on
that's
my fucking face.
Like, okay. But like I don't know. I feel like the point of Patreon for me, like in my head, it's because if you think of like the traditional definition of what a patron is, it's usually someone who's like kind of rich, who's paying for artists who are poor.
Yes.
You know, like you're saying like, I have the money and I care enough about your art that I want you to live okay, you know? But like, classically that would be someone with more money than you.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of my patrons are like younger people and stuff who I'm like wondering like, how are you even affording this, you know? Like a viewer of this channel and the other channels, Reverse Spectrum, like he just reduced his pledge significantly, but he was pledging like $25.
Oh my god.
And he's only like 19, I think. And I was like, how are you affording it? And he had said at one point, like, yeah, I'm probably going to reduce my pledge at some point because, like, I don't have enough money. And I'm like...
And anyone doing a Patreon is probably doing more than one, you know? You were, like, their gateway Patreon, and now they're, like...
That's also true.
They're addicted to all kinds of fucking YouTube shit.
Most of the people who support my Patreon do support, like, either Jesse or Tommy Oliver or, like, somebody else, like, related to me or just another film review analysis type thing. So, yeah...
No one patrons, just one.
It's just it's like if someone's like, oh, you know, because I've had people be like, yeah, I'm sorry I'm going to have to unpatron you because I'm like hurting for money. And I'm like, by all means, unpatron me. Like, only patron me if you have the money. Like,
disposable income.
Yeah, like you know,
because you should only be buying art with disposable income anyways. It's not a necessity to live.
Well, is it, you know, like, if it is something that, like,
you know, there is maintaining your sanity, so.
Right. Like, I think art is a big part of helping you to make it through life, you know. But, like, yeah, if you think the person's making more money than you are, or if you think they're gonna be fine, like, because that was what Ben's defense ended up being when I told him, like, you were shitting on him for not paying for Undertale, because you were like, it's only $10, what the fuck, you love this game, and Ben, like, we talked about it after he saw that video, and he was like, you know, Victor did make me feel a tiny little bit bad about the fact that I didn't pay for it. But then he said, but you know what my argument is? I need that $10 more than he does.
I see.
You know, because Ben's fucking broke poor. So he was like, I need myself to have that $10 more than I need him to have that $10. And I was like, that's a good argument.
If you literally have no money, then yeah.
Right. If you don't have, or not that you don't, like, have any money, but if you need your, like, because that's why I don't go crazy splurging on anime shit, you know? Like, I've been a huge proponent of, like, pay for your favorite anime. Like, I preach it all the time, but, like, even in my video where I was talking about that, I was like, I don't really have the money to do that myself, you know?
Yes.
I'll go and spend, an amount comparable to how much I care, but, like, not a huge patronage or anything, you know? It's not like a giant... I patron a bunch of channels, but I patron for $1 on every channel I patron. I'm not a big-time patron for anybody, you know? Because I just don't... Like, I'm not comfortable with the amount of money I have to be able to do that. I don't feel like I'm making enough that I can be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking make everybody else rich. It's like, if I make anybody else rich, I will no longer be rich. You know, I won't have the money. So, to me, it's important to have, like, a groundwork for yourself. And, you know, sure, some of my patrons are probably like, maybe I'm one of the only things they spend money on. Or maybe I am literally their favorite thing, you know? I'm sure there's some people who, like, spend more time watching my videos than they do doing anything else in their life. And I'm sure of that because
that would be so... That's surreal to me. That poor guy.
Well, I mean, I watch so much Game Grumps that it's, like, unbelievable, you know? And, like, for them, the support I've done is mostly just to buy t-shirts.
Yeah.
Which I think, I've bought the Hey I'm Grump and I'm Not So Grump.
If you can't pay for shit, at least, like, share it enough that someone else is gonna pay.
Right, that's why, like, that's why I always say, in all of my videos, I say, if you enjoyed this video and you want to help support my channel, then share it around or donate via Patreon, you know? Because sharing is equally as helpful because you're putting it into the hands of more people who might give me money, you know?
Hopefully, rich people.
Yeah. So... and that's why,
that's the tower.
Like, when I was first doing YouTube, I was really hesitant to ask for money at all because I prefer the idea of some faceless corporation just throwing money at me.
Because they can afford it.
Right.
Know?
Like, that's why because if you read my Patreon, it says I would, like, in an ideal world, I would be paid by advertisers, but that's not possible, so, you know, so help me out. And that's because, like, even though I love the idea of, like, the modern market and everything where people pay for what they like.
But those people might be singing themselves into the ground because they're too nice.
Right. I just worry that, like, I like the idea of just some company giving me shitloads of money because they can, you know. I like the idea of fans paying for my shit, but if you're going bankrupt from it, then please, you know, think about yourself first.
Feed yourself, you know.
Right. So I do worry about that, and that was a big part, like, specifically thinking about Reverse Spectrum when I was like, if I made a Digibros Patreon, I know he would feel like he needed to give to it, you know, because he watches the show so much. And then I was like, would that cause him to like have to reduce his patronage or just feel guilty about not patroning both, you know? So I was like, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. But at the same time, I mean, if you like it, then whatever, pay for it, you know?
Yeah.
By all means, if you want to like show your support for specifically this channel, you can send donations for this channel, you know? Because, like...
And you'll get into heaven.
Yeah.
You will actually find salvation if you donate money directly to me. Like, bypass Conrad. He's not a holy warrior.
I mean, I've always said, like, you know, hey, if you're supporting me on Patreon, you're really supporting all of my output because I'm able to do it because of that.
But cheeseburgers.
But
that could get you into heaven too.
It definitely helps when it's like it justifies the channel, you know. It justifies the work we put in if we get money from people who are like specifically like, hey, I like Digi Bros, you know, and I'm like, cool, I'll keep making it, you know.
we do this for those few comments that seem to really get a lot out of our fucking videos.
Yeah, dude, believe me, if there were no comments on these videos and they got the views they do, there is no
what would be the
way
point?
We'd be doing it.
I'd just be like, oh, this is fucking nothing.
Right. Because from my perspective, like 300 views is practically nothing because I run a big channel.
We've gotten more on Project Awesomeness episodes, you know?
That on episode 1.
Nah, more than 300. We've definitely got more than that on like all of them.
Maybe now that I'm famous. We used to get like 40 views on Project Awesomeness. Like, the only one that had a lot of views was the first one because Dad had shown it to everybody on Earth. But yeah, like, believe me, when I started doing Digibrony, then like when I got 200 views, it blew my mind. I'd never heard of 200 views. Yeah. I thought I was like, oh my god, this is my life now, you know. But like, you know, from my perspective now, I'm like, 300 views will never make you any money. It'll never get you anywhere in life. It's a waste of time. But we get comments from people who are like legitimately in love with the channel. So it's like, okay, you know,
someone that said something like, "Oh, the things Victor talked about have inspired my art" or some shit. And I was like, "What?
Yeah,
what I was talking about?"
Probably all your like your stories, you know, stuff like the 32 China and shit like that, you know, coming up with cool concepts and
me, little old me.
I guess that's new to you. That's something I get every day of my life.
Well, I just always assume everyone is much more interested in you on this channel.
Are you on this channel?
Yeah.
Everyone watches for you.
Do they?
They always comment that they don't care about me. Munchie is always like saying...
Well, that's Munchie.
Well, there was one guy who said, I didn't watch the solo Let's Plays. I came to this channel for Conrad. I stayed for Victor.
Alright, that's a fucking bro.
Yeah.
#1 bro for life right there.
Jesus, dude. Every time we like stop talking for a second, my brain becomes full of it's so fucking hot. It's so
it really
hot.
Is. Have we filmed an episode yet? I feel like it's been a...
No, we have not.
Oh.
We're close.
You know what I realized earlier when I said I would take donations in cheeseburgers?
What?
I don't think I like cheeseburgers anymore. At least most cheeseburgers.
I like Five Guys burgers.
Yeah, I like those burgers. I don't like most restaurant burgers, like steak burgers.
No,
they usually
those
fucking
are
suck.
shit.
They're always dry. They taste like shit, at least around here.
Every time a place is like...
McDonald's, you know, fast food burgers are fucking, like, what even are they?
Every family restaurant that has burgers,
they just taste
like
they
salt,
suck. But, yeah.
Every place that has homemade burgers, they suck. The only places that have, like, good burgers are burger joints.
Yes.
Like, places dedicated to the craft of burgers.
Yeah.
If you go somewhere and they have...
I like thin patty burgers.
I currently have a rule. Any restaurant that sells anything other than burgers... don't get the burgers.
Yes.
You know, like, I mean, they could sell like something like beside like Five Guys has hot dogs, but it's like one kind of hot dog.
An obvious thing of don't go to a restaurant and not get their specialty. Get what they are known for.
Because family restaurants don't have specialties.
Yeah.
They just have everything. They've got like
that's why
a bunch of entrees, or like if you go to IHOP, what's the like? Okay, well IHOP's a bad example because pancakes is in the title, but like, but places like IHOP, you go there and they have this huge menu with 80 fucking things, and they all taste the same. They're all okay. Nothing's ever amazing. Most of it's not terrible. It's just okay.
They stretch themselves thin.
But it costs the amount that something good would cost.
And then you go to somewhere like Five Guys, and it's like, what do they have? They have burgers. The burgers are great. They have one fucking thing that they have
one job.
Yes.
Don't get the hot dog at Five Guys. It's not good. I've had it. It's not good.
I imagine, because it's fucking called Five Fucking Guys Burgers and Fries. You get the fucking burgers and fries. That's the whole idea.
Incidentally, if you want a hot dog, go to Kevin's Doghouse. They only sell hot dogs.
There you fucking go.
They have a barbecue sandwich, which is good.
Talking about miracles.
But all they have is 3 kinds of hot dogs and a barbecue sandwich. And fries and chips and one type of dessert, which is like a lemon cream pie.
I bet that lemon cream pie is the shit.
Yeah.
I bet they could sustain themselves just on that pie.
Because I didn't notice it on the menu until I was leaving, and I was like, I wish I'd gotten that.
You could go there and order everything on the menu.
Yeah, that's almost what I did.
Yeah.
I got a hot dog and the barbecue sandwich.
Like, give me a little everything.
Thinking that I would be like that I was, but I realized afterwards I was really hungry, so I could have gotten everything. It'd been fine.
Oh man, look at this boat, this fucking exposition boat.
We should do that tomorrow. We should go to Kevin's Doghouse and get everything on the menu.
Yeah, I don't got work till 6, so we can do whatever.
And then we could go to Total Wine and get some mead.
Yeah, some fucking mead. I want to shove it up my ass.
All right, next time on Digi Bros, less of us talking about our plans for tomorrow.
Victor shoves meat up his ass.